The movie we watched for this project is called Don't Look Up. It was directed by Adam McKay and released in 2021. The movie originates from both the United States and Canada.
The movie follows the efforts of two scientists, a professor, Dr. Randall Mindy, and a grad student, Kate DiBiase, who discover a comet that is headed directly towards Earth. They confirm with NASA that the world is going to end in 6 months. They go to President Orlean and tell her, but when she seems apathetic, they go on national television and try to warn the public in any way they can. At first, a meme was made and everyone thought that the scientists were crazy. Kate is told she breached national security and is banned from making any more public statements.
Later, Randall tells the public again that the world is ending and that it's insane that nobody is listening to him. Then the president goes through a scandal which jeopardizes her running in the midterms. So she agrees to a mission that will redirect the comet from Earth's path, giving the comet the national attention Randall sought.
However, when Peter Urschel, the head of the tech company Bash, found that the comet was worth trillions of dollars in minerals, he had the president abort the mission mid-flight. Bash decides to assemble their own mission that will allow the comet to enter Earth's atmosphere in order to extract these rare minerals to fund the making of phones and computers. Ultimately, the plan fails and everyone dies.
The weekly questions that we chose are from Week 6 and Week 7. The Week 6 question is, how will history judge our choices? The text we looked at for Week 6 was Copenhagen.
One connection we made between the book and the movie were the ethics behind Heisenberg having involvement in making a nuclear bomb and the tech company Bash's involvement in stopping the mission to redirect the comet from Earth's atmosphere. Bash did it for the money despite knowing the consequences. Heisenberg did what he did in the name of scientific discovery.
Yet both are focused around the idea of how humans choose to use their power and status to benefit one group of people without thinking about the consequences their actions have on others. In the movie, we see billionaires, political figures, and other influential people brush aside the comet because they think their money will save them. They get online and tell people not to worry and lie that they have it all under control, even though their plan is not 100% sound and basically impossible.
Both the book and the movie would answer the weekly question about how history judges our choices because they both discuss the idea of the impact each individual choice has on the rest of the world. History might judge Heisenberg badly because he helped create a nuclear bomb. The people who survived at the end of the movie might make society different than it was because of how the world turned out last time.
For week 7, the question was, how do we judge our own choices? The text we looked at for week 7 was San Manuel Bueno. A parallel we found between San Manuel Bueno and Don't Look Up was the priest and Kate and Randall.
The priest let the people in the town continue to believe in God and eternal life, even when he didn't. We asked this question in class. Did the people deserve the right to know, or should they continue to live in ignorance just because it makes them happy?
Similarly, it leads us to wonder what would have happened if Kate and Randall hadn't told everyone that the world was ending. Did they feel obligated to? Would people have had different reactions?
I believe it depends on the stakes, whether or not the truth should be told to the people. In Don Manuel's case, he helps the people live in peace by allowing them to believe in something comforting. His choice doesn't harm the people, but Don't Look Up, ignoring the truth would mean there is no chance at stopping the comet. The stakes are literally life and death, so ignoring the truth would mean no chance to take action.
So much happens in the 2.5-hour span of this movie that leaves you laughing, but also thinking about the attitudes and morals of people in our current society. I thought it was interesting how no one took Professor Mindy and Kate seriously because they worked at Michigan State. Since they weren't from a prestigious school, anytime they had to talk to higher-ups about their findings, for example, the head of NASA and even the president, they would ask, "Where is that?" or immediately get on the phone to find someone from Harvard or Columbia to get confirmation on the findings. It really shows how they valued status over everything else. What are some things y'all found interesting?
One thing I found interesting was how many well-known actors and actresses were in the cast. Jordan mentioned that Meryl Streep usually plays serious authority figures or maternal figures in movies like The Devil Wears Prada and Mamma Mia, but it was interesting that in Don't Look Up, even though she was both an authority figure and a mom, she played a very unserious role. Her character didn't take the world-ending news seriously and didn't take her position as president seriously either. The movie is a comedy, so I'm sure a part of the reason her character was so careless was because the writers were making offhanded commentary about the political climate at that time.
Something I found interesting was the final line Dr. Minnie makes in the movie. We really did have everything, didn't we? After all the chaos and destruction shown before, this line cuts through acknowledging what we lost, and that is the simplistic and beautiful things in life. The line serves as a message to the audience that we have a lot that we take for granted, such as a livable planet, each other, and the ability to have an impact.
Thanks for listening in. Gabe was saying about like the political climate. It kind of reminded me of our current administration and how Elon Musk is so involved in our government, even though he isn't a political figure, has no education for it, and has all this money and is trying to like change things about our like constitution and everything.
Yeah, it's like super on the nose about the tech company, and then like Elon Musk is literally like the head of Tesla. And so like it's weird that he's all like in the movie Peter Escherwell's like all buddy with the president, and in the same sense like Elon Musk and like Trump now. Not to be political, but that's like what I'm seeing too. I see the connection too.
You could say we put too much trust in tech leaders nowadays, and
Daylen saw a YouTube video that was commentary on the movie of Don't Look Up, and it said that the movie was a metaphor for climate change. And how I interpreted that was that the scientists went through all this effort to tell people that the world was ending and that it was going to have drastic effects. And the same could be said about climate change. Like, people say climate change is like a serious issue and like an immediate issue, and people, like in the movie, they don't care, they don't think it's that big of a deal or that it's urgent, and then it actually ends up being like detrimental. But I don't know if y'all thought about that in any other way, or is that kind of like it?
It just goes to show like how impactful media is as well. Like, they went on this whole talk show, but the what do you call it? Like, the people who interviewed them didn't really care what they had to say in like a serious manner.
Yeah.
They say, oh, you have to joke about it. You have to make it pleasable for people to watch on TV and not be so serious, even though it was a serious issue.
Yeah.
And we see everybody like go on Twitter, Instagram, and everything like, oh, this is just a hoax. Like, the government is doing this to distract us. And I think like it just shows like how much we believe what we see on media. And if something is presented to us in like a joking manner, in a non-serious way, we're gonna take it as that, even though it has like a deeper meaning.
Exactly. Speaking of the interviewers, I said this already, but this is like a completely different note, but how it was so like unnecessary to have Dr. Mindy cheat on his wife with the interviewer. Like, I feel like that like had nothing to do with the plot at all.
It did.
Like, that was just random. And then, I mean, you said earlier like how she took him back so quickly because it was like the end of the world. So they were like, yeah, cool, we're good.
Or actually, she admitted to having an affair back in college.
Yeah,
Oh,
she did. That's right. Still, I just thought that was interesting. Like, it was random, and then like he came back to the house, and then she was like, whatever. Like, okay, all right. That's probably not how I would approach it, but it's okay. I mean, if the world was ending though, I would have been like, yeah, all right, we're cool.
The part where they inhabited the new planet, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they got there, and the creatures there just ripped them apart. Like,
yeah, that's another thing. Like, the tech guy, he literally had data on everyone and knew how they were gonna die and like the health issues that they had. And I thought that was interesting because he told Professor Mindy that he was gonna die alone, but in the end he doesn't die alone, and he dies with the closest people to him in his life. And I thought that was really like meaningful in a way, because he proved him wrong.
I think if Dr. Mindy were to stick to the track he was on, he would have died alone. You know, I think he had like
or like a revelation.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, this is what's important to me. Yeah, I don't know, because if the tech guy, if Peter would have been like, or if he actually legit knew how everyone was gonna die, then he would have seen that the world ended.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
And then he was like, no, it's just for the money. So like maybe it was just like a mind like game, like to give him more power. Like if some random person was like, yeah, I can tell you exactly when and how you die, and you'd be like, oh yeah, that's probably legit, and like so you'd believe what they said, or I don't know, like maybe if they were like, oh, I know how your dog's gonna die, and then they say like it's gonna get hit by a car, and then like they drive the car that hits your dog, like, you know, and you're like, oh my gosh, they were right. And so, you know, it's kind of like that mental game.